This video is made possible through patron support. Thank you.
Hello fellow Planeswalkers. Today we're going to be talking about my top 10 card picks from the upcoming Kaldheim standard set for Oathbreaker play. These are cards that will have more impact in regards to either the command zone or multiplayer format, or have high interaction with Planeswalkers. If you don't know already, Oathbreaker is an unofficial multiplayer casual format. Each player has 20 life, a 60 card singleton deck with a Planeswalker as its commander, which determines the deck's color identity. It also has a signature spell, an instant or sorcery that you can cast if you control your Oathbreaker on the field. Each cast from the command zone has a commander tax of 2 for each time you've cast that specific card prior. Alright, let's get started with number 10, Quakebringer. Life is a much more valuable and scarce resource in Oathbreaker than it is in Commander. Quakebringer not only prevents opponents from gaining life, but also dishes out 2 damage to each opponent on your upkeep, putting a clock on your opponents. With a starting 20 life, you'll be wiping at least 10% of opponents' health bars each turn. It gets even better if you're playing into some giant tribal, where this ability goes off even if Quakebringer is in the graveyard if you have another giant in play. So even if Quakebringer gets removed, damage can still potentially be done. Number 9 is Koma Cosmos Serpent. Though its mana cost is a bit high for the fast format of Oathbreaker, playing in Simic almost always means playing with ramp. Koma can't be countered, which just makes this 6/6 that much better, but its true beauty lies in its ability to create 3/3 serpents at every upkeep. In a multiplayer game, that means by the time your turn swings around, you'll have potentially gained 3 3/3s able to attack or use as defenders just by having Koma sit on the battlefield. That's 15 potential combat damage for the 7 mana investment in one round. It's also incredibly difficult to kill, since it can sack its serpents to grant itself indestructible or tap something down and freeze its abilities, and that includes freezing planeswalkers. I envision Koma finding a home in Kiora ramp decks. Its serpent typing is useful for synergies with serpents, krakens, and leviathans. At number 8 is Vega the Watcher. Azorius card draw on a flyer. Every time you cast your Oathbreaker or signature spell, draw a card. Then there's more regular ways to cast spells outside of the hand, including Foretell and Kaldheim, or older mechanics like Rebound and Suspend. That's plenty of card advantage potential with this bird. Number 7, Binding of the Old Gods. This Golgari saga is a great removal piece. Though it costs 4, its additional benefits make it worthwhile. It first serves as all-around removal. It can hit anything non-land, which means it's an Oathbreaker killer. Secondly, it gives a bit of ramp that's always appreciated, and then finally it gives creatures death touch until end of turn. This can set up a powerful trample combination, or help to cut down the board size by forcing an Alpha Strike that necessitates blocks. Number 6 is another saga, the Trickster God's Heist. This is a very strange goodie bag for Dimir. Its first effect exchanges control of 2 target creatures. Here's a good place to trade a cheap token over an opponent's best creature. Its second effect is much more situational, but a clever move to make would be exchanging opponents' Oathbreakers. Having them both on the field, but with different controllers, makes it that they can't cast their signature spells, and if their Oathbreaker is important to their game plan, they now have to focus away from you and attempt to regain their Oathbreaker, typically by destroying it, wasting their time and energy. Finally, as icing on the cake, you get to siphon 3 life from a player, taking the opportunity to play some politics on who takes that hit. Number 5 is Rise of the Dreadmarn. Multiplayer creature dense games will make this card incredibly valuable. Creating a 2/2 zombie for each creature that died on the turn cast is awesome after a board wipe. It's also at instant speed, and even better, can be foretold for only 1 mana. Stringing together a board wipe and leaving an extra mana to cast this card is great to swing the game in your favor. Number 4 is Doomscar, one of the best board wipes printed in a very long time. The reason it's so good is its foretell ability. Overall, the card casts 5 mana either way, but splitting it up into 2 separate payments and making sure it can't get discarded makes it incredibly efficient. At number 3, Eradicator Valkyrie has plenty of lovely keywords for the Oathbreaker format. Flying Evasion, Lifelink is always appreciated, and Hexproof from Planeswalkers. I know Oathbreaker is an unofficial format, but it looks like this creature was built to play in the Planeswalker dense game. Like, just look at its boast ability. Pay 2 to sacrifice a creature, and everyone else has to sack a creature or Planeswalker as well? That's some harsh punishment. I expect to see a few of these flying around my game table in black token aristocrat decks. At number 2 is Tibalt's Trickery. Alright, here's some weird firepower if I've ever seen it. It seems Wizards of the Coast has slowly been mixing in effects with colors that don't traditionally have it. Black recently received enchantment removal, blue earned a targeted exile card, and now here is red with a counterspell of its own. Being able to plan the stack is an important thing for higher powered games where wins can come at instant speed. I see this counterspell as a last resort card for red, being used to prevent game-ending scenarios, and hope whatever follows isn't as cataclysmic. And at number 1 we have Tyvar Kell. I'm uncertain if the other Planeswalkers of this set will have good homes in Oathbreaker, but Tyvar Kell, ooh boy, he knows what he's doing and is doing it well. Elf Tribal has always been a thing, but now we have a dedicated Oathbreaker to the cause. And even better, that one little black mana symbol in his +1 ability gives his decks access to black mana, making him a Golgari Elf Tribal Planeswalker. With the recent release of Commander Legends, Elf Tribal gained a lot of toys in Black Mana department. I'm excited to see what brews are in store for him. That's all for this episode. What cards are you most excited to play with? Let me know in the comments. If you're not quite ready to planeswalk away, check out my Discord server where we talk and play Oathbreaker. The link's in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.